Hello and happy Friday, everybody. Happy week. It's been a very long week and we've made it to Friday and to another edition of Authority Marketing Live. And I'm so excited. Well, I'm always excited for Authority Marketing Live, but I'm also really excited because today we have a special guest. And not only is she going to talk about all things business, but she's also going to talk about all things book because Lisa J MacDonald is a business coach and a book coach, and she has a really fun gift for you. So be sure to watch for that. So I'm going to bring her on right now. Hello, Lisa J MacDonald.
Hey, it's so good to be here.
It's very nice to see you. And so we were talking about, there are many of you, but there's just you, and you are the J. You have the
Yes.
Can you tell us what the J stands for? Or is
It was my maiden name. I had a very, very boring maiden name. So my parents named me Lisa Jones. You cannot get more trite than that.
That's so
They didn't
funny.
even give me a middle name because they were upset that I was a girl. So there you go.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I don't have a boring name. My name is so unboring. It's totally forgettable. So I feel you on the differentiator. So thank you so much for being here today. The first thing I would love to talk about is the freebie that you are
Ooh.
so kindly giving everybody. And so tell us what this is. So this is a bit of a very long link, but if you type this in, you will get something really great. So why don't you tell us about what that is?
Yes, it is an ebook on just finishing your damn book. So it really goes into what's causing the myths that people are thinking that they're believing that's keeping them in the way. So, some of the people, I can't write, and then going into how can you write and what you can do to move forward to get that book done so it can get out to the world and make the world a better place.
Absolutely. And that's why you and I both work in this industries, because we know that when you write a book and you share your message, you can make an impact and you can make a difference. So everybody go right here, go type this whole long thing in, and it will be worth your while as you type that in. So, okay. So Lisa J MacDonald, let's talk about how you've been a business coach and a book coach, and how do they differ and how are they similar?
Oh, good question. Well, business coaching off is often just really helping people know what their strengths are, where their opportunities are, and how to bring that out into the marketplace. So yeah, no, that is a lot like writing a book because you want to know where people want to know what are their best skill sets and what and when they're writing a book and all of that. But with business coaching, it's about the bottom line. And with books, it's about making a difference and really reaching out to the right people and the right audience and transforming their lives.
So, who are some of your favorite kinds of authors to work with?
I love working with healers. I
Mm.
love helping them to capture what they've learned over the years that helps make people have better health. We are in a health crisis right now, and the traditional way it takes forever to get in and it's not working. So I love working with healers, helping their little tips and tricks and how to bring more healing to the world out there. So that's one of my favorite. And then, of course, coaches and speakers.
Of course. So tell me about healers. Is there one particular author that you worked with, or a book that you worked on that really stuck out to you?
Oh, I have a book coming out with an author, and I cannot wait
Can
for it
you
to come.
drop can you drop some
Yeah,
info? Okay.
I could. They haven't finished the title yet, so I can't
Okay.
give the title. But her
Okay.
name, but I am allowed to talk about it. Her name's Bonnie Lester, and she had got this horrible illness. But she got in a car wreck and it injured her nerves. And so she was in one of the most painful diseases ever, and she got addicted to opioids. Not only that, but what she did is she worked with the medical system and she used her information that she had gone to school for lifestyle medicine, and she healed herself. And the book is all about how to cheaply and affordably do these little tips to improve your health. And I've been doing it for sleep and it's working and I'm loving it. And the person that I worked with that did the content edit to just review it, he started applying the information and he's like, oh my gosh, this stuff works. And so it's really great because it's affordable. We're talking most of her tips are no more than $15. And it works because it's about rewiring the brain and using neuroplasticity to bring health to your body.
There's so much we don't know about our brains, so much we don't use in our brains. So when you say $15, is it like a supplement or is it like
Well,
some,
like she was like, get a Fitbit, right? So that's a little more than but that way you can track all your numbers really easily. Now I know with my sleeping, oh, if I do this before I go to bed, do I get better sleep or do I get worse sleep? If I do yoga beforehand, will I be sleeping more if I turn off the lights? So if I take my magnesium an hour, I've learned it's an hour before, I will go to bed and sleep deeper. You just so you can track your behaviors, and it's a little thing to just wear it, but then I know how many steps I'm getting and how that impacts my sleep and all sorts of stuff. And that's just one little tip that she was saying to, because she has an entire chapter about how to calm your brain down before you go to sleep. Because it takes an hour or two, which who would have known? Right? I just thought I just lay down. I was supposed to go to sleep, and then I just stare at the ceiling.
these days I'm so exhausted that by the time I get into bed, I read for about 5 minutes and then I am out. Out.
I'm at that stage where we wake up in the middle of the night. So she had tips on how to make it so the hormones calm down and you don't wake up in the middle of the night as often.
Brilliant. Okay, well,
Not as,
carry
I mean, she doesn't say I'm going to cure you, but she does say let's make, and it's really geared towards people in pain.
Mhm.
But it helps them to reduce the pain, or like with her, she did magically get healed after studying the research and start applying stuff.
So maybe it wasn't magic at all.
I don't think it was magic, but and she wouldn't say it either because it took her 20 years of really studying and going to Harvard and going to these experts and really figuring out what were the little things that can make a big difference.
And so by telling us this story, you have beautifully shown us how excited you are to help people with their books because you just lit up. And I think
Oh,
that's such a beautiful thing because not every book coach in the world coaches people in a way that benefits them. Sometimes book coaches say, no, you have to do it this way.
mm.
How do you feel about that?
I am totally against that. What I like to do is take who the writer is and their dream and to match their skill set, their knowledge set, and where they're good at, and to bring it into the book. So with Bonnie, she was a casual writer and she's quirky. So we use that voice. But I've worked with other writers who are more academic. And so we work together until I can see their pattern and say, okay, this is what is brilliant. Here's the strength, and let's pull on the strengths of who they are and their voice, because it's not about me, it's about them getting their unique voice out in the marketplace. What I love about it is so far every client I've worked with that's in the business realm, they've gotten more business before the book got published.
Okay. And is it that because they are marketing it prior to publishing the book?
It is a little bit about that, but a lot of it is about them getting really clear about their message.
Well, that's
And
marketing.
having because when we work on it really hard, because I'm not about just whipping out a book and just getting it out there. I'm about how are you unique in the marketplace? What is your golden nuggets? I call them golden nuggets because I don't want to hear about self-care and bubble baths anymore. I want to know what makes you unique. And when they get really clear on getting it down as we go through the drafts, they can go out in the public and they talk about it in a much more confident way, and a way that separates them in the marketplace. So then the marketing starts working really well because
Well, that is
they know who they are, right?
that is marketing. Yeah, exactly what you described. The messaging, speaking about it, that is marketing. And that is so great. And it just goes to show that when you keep your book a secret, people aren't going to buy it.
No. And when we plug into their passion, they talk about it even without knowing it. And so then all of a sudden they're getting opportunities, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, I just made this deal. I just did this and that. And it's like, yeah, I know, because you were out there marketing, but they didn't realize it because they were so excited because it's who they are and it's their gift that they're giving to the world.
And speaking of gift, your book, The Most Common Entrepreneurial Mistakes and How to Avoid Them.
Yep.
So what are they and how can I avoid them?
Well, there is a lot of them in there, but I would
Give
say
me one.
one that you don't have a problem with, but a lot of my readers do, is to stop hiding. They hide. They'll go get more credentials. They'll go work on this. They'll make their website pretty instead of getting out there and speaking and getting out there and doing the things that will be driving their business to grow. So there is a lot of people who they'll go, oh, imposter syndrome, and which is real.
Oh, yeah, for sure. People write books on
you got to deal with it. You got to get out there, right? It's just like so stop. That was one that I know that a lot of people are guilty of in one way or another, especially women. We want everything to be perfect before we get out there, or we don't feel like we know enough.
Preach, sister. Yes. We will not apply for jobs unless we think we're overqualified.
Right. Or if there's all those things on there, we're like, well, I don't have that skill set. Well, typically the male doesn't worry about that. They just go, oh, I'm good. If I can have at least a third of it. Whereas we hold ourselves back trying to get more education, more things. Whereas the problem is people need what you have to offer right now. Because most of my audience already has the skill set. They've already been to school. They've already gone through the hard knocks. They've already have something to learn. So get out there.
Yes. So how do we avoid stopping ourselves from, there's a triple negative here. How can we get out there even though we have the fear, we have the imposter syndrome, and we are our own best kept secret?
Right.
What's a tip that you have that
mine is to watch What About Bob, the movie, with Bill Murray.
Okay.
Bill Murray was this neurotic guy who goes to the therapist and he's trying to deal with his anxiety. And the therapist tells him, you got to take baby steps. And so Bill Murray, I love this scene. This is my favorite scene. Baby step to the elevator. Baby step to push the button. And he just baby stepped his way to fame and fortune. And he felt the fear, and he just, okay, if you're feeling afraid, first step, get to your computer. Next step, open the email. Then apply, feel the fear, do it anyway, which there's a book out there that had that title, and I just love it. It's Feel the Fear, Do It Anyway. And when we did that, that's one tip. But the other tip is when you care more about those you're going to serve, you forget about the fear. When you focus on those who need your message, those who are in pain, those who are suffering, all of a sudden we forget about everything else, kind of like Mama Bear. If our kids are in trouble, we don't think about the car coming towards us. We think about getting the kid out, right? So it's very much that way. If we focus on who we are serving and focus on helping them, the fear will diminish, because the fear comes when we focus on ourselves.
Preach. So, how can we get a copy of this incredible book, The Most Common Entrepreneurial Mistakes and How to Avoid Them?
It is available just about anywhere. Amazon, Barnes and Noble. It's being sold to a lot of master's degree programs and MBA programs. So I'm excited about that. So it's published by an academic publisher, but I challenged them and said, I'm going to write it friendly. And they loved that part. They actually liked it. And then I have a lot of tips and steps. So it's not only just here's some information, it's how to apply it to your business today. here's the steps to take to stop this problem or that problem. And we have checklists and all of that fun stuff. So Barnes and Noble or Amazon would be a great place to go look and find it.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations on your book success. Congratulations on your client's success. And I want to thank you so much for being here today. One more time, the free book, it's a free gift for you. Just finish the damn book. And if you go to resultscoachlisa.coachesconsole.com/nonfiction writers guide -html.
I am going to have to make that shorter.
And then you go and you get a bit.ly link for it. And then you enter that and you can grab this really cool free guide that Lisa has so generously offered to you because you are watching today. So Lisa J MacDonald, I'm going to say Lisa J MacDonald just so that everybody knows the J is there. Thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. And everybody, thank you for watching. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful